Hey, I'm Mike, and if you work from home or you take online classes, or if you're just using the computer and doing something else that's not WoW, like watching a movie or browsing Reddit, you can actually utilize that time and farm some rare mobs in WoW and get some cool looking mounts, without having to use your own personal time to do it. In this video, I'll show you how to do that, and for you degenerates who do have to go into the office or into class and want to do this as well, you can do this as well, and I'll show you how, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because it's definitely against company policy or school policy or whatever it is. And also, before I continue, it should go without saying, but I will say it. If you thought it was a good idea to add your boss or any coworkers to your friends list, make sure you go offline in Battle.net before you do any of this. So you want to get a rare scanning add-on, such as RareScanner, which I'm using in this video. If you're not using RareScanner, configure whatever you're using accordingly, but in RareScanner, make sure you go to General and toggle searching rare NPCs. And also make sure to toggle searching for rare NPCs through chat messages, because that helps as well. In the sound settings, make sure to turn up the volume and select your preferred warning sound for rares. If you're not going to be using audio cues for this at all, like if you have a headset for work and then you don't have speakers, for example, on your computer, this will be irrelevant. But if you can use sound, set this up here. In the NPC filters section, make sure to unselect the rares that you do not want to get alerted for, so that way you're not getting alerts for stuff you don't care about. And in the zone filters, make sure that any location where you have a rare you're interested in is checked off, because this will override NPC filters. Meaning, if you have a rare in Zereth Mortis, for example, and then you deselect Zereth Mortis zone alerts, you will never hear an alert in that zone. Once you're done that, go to the sound settings in WoW and enable sound, but disable all the options like music and all that other stuff. The one thing you do want to make sure you keep enabled is enable sound in background. That is very important. Again, only if you're going to be using sound. The two things below it don't matter, so it doesn't matter what you do with those. With these sound settings, the only thing you'll hear are alerts from RareScanner, so you're not going to hear music, you're not going to hear mounts and the zone sounds or anything like that. It's just the alerts from the add-on. But now all you have to do is park your character at a location of a rare and then just do something else. When that rare spawns, you will hear the notification come up, and you will also have WoW flashing in your taskbar to indicate that something is there for you to check out. Tab in, kill the rare, go to the next one, and then just rinse and repeat. And this actually also works for world bosses as well, except for Rukmar. I'm not sure why RareScanner doesn't work with that, but you can do your weekly world boss farms and have these alerts pop up, so you're not having to actually spend your personal time farming those mounts. I know a guy who did this, and he got mounts such as the majority of all the BFA rares, Time Lost Proto Drake, a lot of the Shadowlands rares, including the Fallen Charger, which I believe the respawn timer can be up to 16 hours, so it's always great to get stuff like that and not have to spend your actual time on that. Now, like I said earlier, you can still do this when you're not actually at home and you're working in the office or you're going to school or whatever it is. Again, I want to stress this, that this is 100% against company policy. I'm only showing you how to do this so you are in the know, and that's it. So for starters, the first thing you want to do is everything I just talked about before with RareScanner, with the sound settings and all that stuff. You want to get all that set up on your home computer where WoW is running. And then on that computer, and then also the computer you're going to be working off of at your office, for example, you want to go to anydesk.com and download this software. This is just remote software you can use to connect to other computers. Many IT companies use this when their own remote management software isn't working, or if they just need something really quick. The reason I recommend using this one in particular is because it doesn't actually require an installation. You just download it and then it opens. If you're on an office computer, you likely do not have administrative privileges to install stuff, so this is a great workaround for that. You don't actually have to do anything. You just, like I said, download it and open it, and it works. When you open this at home, you will see a 9-digit address for that computer, and then when you're in the office, you're going to take that 9-digit address and enter that in to connect to your computer. Now, before you do any of that, there are some settings you'll want to do. The first thing you want to do on your home computer where WoW is running is go to Settings and set password for unattended access. Enter in the password that you want to use. This option specifically will be so that you don't have to manually hit accept when you go to connect to AnyDesk. If you do not set this, someone will have to be at your home computer and hit accept when you go to connect from work. So if you don't have anyone home, or if you don't want to have to worry about that, just set this and ideally make it something that's not like password 123. And then, like I said, when you're in the office, go to connect with that 9-digit address. It'll ask you for a password, enter that in, and then you are on your computer at home while you're at the office. If you have the ability to utilize sound, which would be great, so that way you don't have to keep tabbing in and out of AnyDesk to see if there's anything going on, and you don't have to keep it open on another window, for example. So on your computer at home where WoW is running, go to Settings, Audio, Transmission, and transmit audio output of this desk. And then on your work computer, go to Settings, Audio, Output, and use standard will just use the default Windows option, or you can specify which device specifically you want to hear WoW out of. You'll have to restart your connection if you are connected while you're doing this, so just keep that in mind, it won't work right away. So hopefully this encourages some people to go farm some cool looking mounts, then you don't have to spend your own personal time doing it. Huge preemptive apology to all the managers out there. And actually, if you are a manager and you want to put your employees who play WoW on edge, just send them the link to this video, but say nothing else so that they don't know whether you're encouraging them to do this or if you know that this exists and you're just going to keep a close eye on them. That's kind of funny to me. But good luck with all the farming. If you have any issues, let me know in the comments. I'll try my best to help if I can, and I hope to see more cool looking mounts around. See ya.